Hey, yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck happened. I recorded, and you know what I'm saying? Like it just completely stopped. I don't know why the fuck it stopped. You know what I'm saying? But as of this recording right now, it is 3:21 p.m. October 5th, 2025. As of right now, I'm actually cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually cooking some food. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the reason why I'm not, I'm not doing any, why you're not seeing the format as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm cooking food. And yes, I did also hear about, several TNA talents, free agent, their free agent status is up. Their contracts are expiring. Like I heard about, it's TNA mostly. Like I heard about Cedric Alexander. His contract is up. And they said several, but that's the one I know as of right now. And I hope one of those is not Masha Slamovich, because I really do not want WWE to sign this bitch. Especially after everything that came out about her. Nah, I wouldn't want that bitch there, period. Speaking of free agents and, people coming to WWE, right? So there are clearly talents that I remember seeing from back when WCW was around, that I really, really, really wanted to come to WWE. Desperately. Right? And I'm not talking about like the big names. All the big names eventually came over. All the big names. You know what I mean? From Sting to Goldberg and such. Some took years, some took decades. But they eventually made their way over. Right? DDP, Booker T. You know what I'm saying? But there were others that I clearly wanted to see make the jump. And I think they would have been perfect. Beyond perfect. And I think about them, right? I think about some of them, and I'm like, yo, this person would have been a fit for WWE, especially in the early 2000s. A clear fucking fit, right? I'm gonna throw out some names. I'm definitely gonna throw out some names. And some of these are, I'm talking mostly of the mid card, the mid card to low guys. That what I love to see get a shot at WWE, because I felt like they would have fit perfectly, right? And I'm surprised WWE was not interested in some of these names that I'm about to bring up. Maybe they were, but some I'm surprised they were not. I give you one right now. Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno would have been perfect for WWE, because the thing with Disco Inferno is a lot of people might not know this, but Disco Inferno is also a good booker. He's also he has a good creative mind. I remember when Kevin Nash, when the NWO got signed to WWE, right? Back in 2002. Kevin Nash had a request for Disco Inferno to come in, right? And I think something happened and they kind of, I don't know if Disco Inferno, shot his mouth too much. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Something happened. It was something that happened. But I would have loved to see Disco Inferno get a shot. You know what I mean? I mean, look. Disco Inferno is a comedy act and such, right? We all know that he definitely would have been used for, for comedy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what he's known for. He's a comedy wrestler, right? And and mind you, he was supposed to have came to WWE, to the World Wrestling Federation in 97, because remember when Billy Gunn became the protege of the Honky Tonk Man, right? It was supposed to have been Disco Inferno. I mean, who was supposed to have took that spot. I mean, they had a silhouette in front of him and everything, right? Something happened. I don't know what happened, but it just didn't, nothing came into fruition, right? He would have been perfect for, I guess the European Championship division. Now, I mean, he would have been like there in low card, like hardcore, and European championship status. Same thing with Alex Wright. I think Alex Wright would have been great in WWE. You know what I'm saying? I think, him and Disco Inferno would have been a great fucking tag team. You know what I mean? They could have brought them, into the fold. You know what I'm saying? They clearly could have brought them there. Now, I mean, especially during the invasion angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, WWE didn't pick up their contracts, which is crazy when you think about it. Nobody helped out. I think Alex Wright maybe might have helped out, I think. But Disco Inferno, he was one of those talents who WWE had, for some reason, had no interest in, which is fucking bizarre. Another one who I'm surprised didn't come in, and yes, he did work for WWE. Yes, but he worked as a trainer. But he would have been fucking great. Norman Smiley. Norman Smiley, like I said, would have been fucking great. Norman Smiley was a submission technician, right? But he was great in terms of training and everything else. I would have loved to seen him get a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he would have been fucking fantastic. Scott Norton is one who I would have loved to see. And this is also a surprise, too. Scott Norton was a guy who basically had all the tools that WWE was looking for in a superstar. Right? He was big. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was everything that you would want. But nothing happened. I think it was something that happened, I think, in the negotiations. It was something that was said to Scott Norton that he didn't like. And he kind of he just bailed. Right? This man was also a former IWGP champion. Go figure. Right? Who else? Prince Iakea would have been also good too. Now, I mean, Prince Iakea clearly would have been a staple for the cruiserweight championship division. You know what I'm saying? The Prince Iakea. Remember Prince Iakea, the artist formerly known as Prince Iakea? Remember him? You know what I mean? Scotty Riggs was an interesting one because Scotty Riggs, believe it or not, Scotty Anton was supposed to have signed with WWE, right? But that never came into fruition. But Scotty Anton, I keep it a buck with you. I will keep it a stack with you, okay? He's the only one. I say he's the only one who did not succeed with Marcus Alexander Bagwell. You know what I mean? When they had the American Males gimmick. Remember American Males? He's the only one who really did not succeed. I mean, yeah, Riggs with the Flock, yeah, but he didn't really do anything substantial after that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see who else. The Gambler. I fucking love the Gambler. You know what I mean? And yes, the Gambler was a fucking jobber, right? But I fucking loved his ass. Like, every time he would come in, you knew he was going to lose. You know what I'm saying? But, he always would do, like, some shit with the cards. You know what I mean? Like, he would bring, a deck of cards and he would have, like, a big ass card with him and such. I think the year 2000 would have been the perfect time for him to jump ship. I think a lot of those guys, the perfect time for them was the year 2000, honestly. And the Giants are getting their ass whipped. Fuck the Giants. Fuck this season. Let me see who else. Because there's some names. High Voltage. High Voltage to me was a camp. To me, High Voltage would have been fucking great in WWE. Why? They were a good tag team. They came for the power plant. You know what I'm saying? And they would have been, they would have done some, they would have provided, the WWE with an extra hand. Imagine, the Dudley Boys, APA, High Voltage in 2000. Shit. That tag team division would have been stacked. Let me see who else, because there are some names. La Parka. Okay. La Parka I definitely would have seen. I would have loved to see. Who else? Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat would have been a great tag team in the WWF. I think they would have been terrific. You know what I mean? Imagine Harlem Heat in the Attitude Era. against the New Age Outlaws and fucking, the Headbangers and, who else was in that tag team division? I can't think of names. But remember, they were taking random people and just pairing them up as tag teams. Now, I mean, look at Steve Austin and The Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Look at them. Who else? Van Hammer would have been good and such. The Great Muta. The Great Muta had the WWE could have had a great chance to get the Great Muta in the year 2000. He was a free agent. You know what I'm saying? WCW basically was not going to use him to his potential and such. And I think he would have made the jump right then and there. He should have made the jump right then and there. Right? But mostly the mid-card guys are people who I desperately wanted to see. Clearly. You know what I mean? Like, I think there were some people who I definitely would have loved to get a shot. Elix Skipper's another one. Elix Skipper was fucking amazing. Y'all remember Elix Skipper, right? He was fucking great. You know what I mean? He was terrific for, he was a cruiserweight. Look at some of the matches that he had. That dude was different, B. You know what I mean? That dude was clearly ahead of his time. You know what I mean? I think he's I think he's from Queens. Let me look it up now that I'm here. Hold on, let me take a look. Because I would have sworn that I know he's from Queens. I think he's a Queens guy. Yeah. No, he's from Long Island. He's from Long Island. He's an LI guy. He's from Roosevelt. He's from LI. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was fucking great. You know what I'm saying? But those names I would have loved to see. But to be honest, like the top names are people who, to me, would have fit perfectly in WWE during that time. Disco Inferno, Alex Wright, Norman Smiley. You know what I mean? High Voltage and The Gambler. Like, those top five to me would have been fucking great. And yes, I forgot to mention Glacier. Glacier would have been also a profitable fit for WWE. I think they wanted him, but I think it was something. It was basically something that happened. But those names that I mentioned, the safe names, Alex Wright, Disco Inferno. Shit, I probably would have picked Disco Inferno as the main one. Yeah, I mean, probably Disco and The Gambler, to be honest. But I think, no, Disco, Alex Wright, and The Gambler, to me. But anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will be coming with some more vids tonight. So I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.